So besides being a business coach and doing fun videos like these, my other job, my day job as I call it, is being an interior designer. And I work with lots of other designers and creatives on their business. But the interesting thing is there was a period not that long ago where I was definitely that cobbler's kid with no shoes, right? I was living in a house that we bought suddenly. We were so super excited about, but we didn't have time to remodel it right after I moved in. So I was thinking, yeah, 6 months, 8 months, we'll get it taken care of. Well, 2.5 years later, the place was still so dated and not remodeled. The interesting thing about this is not just the fact that it was hard on my ego and I didn't want to invite anybody over to see my work as I figured they would think it was, that 1970s brown paneling. But what I really learned is that your environment is so important to the way you live and work and really whether or not you thrive every single day. So let me tell you a little more about that. So whether you're an interior designer like me or you're in another field, it really doesn't matter. We're all super busy, right? There's so much going on in our lives. There's so much noise out in the world and we're always on electronics and things are moving quickly and we have a million things on our to-do list. And we can really exacerbate the problem if we don't have our home environment and our office environment in order. So what really do I mean? Well, let's dig into the number one sort of elephant in the room for most of us, and that's clutter. A cluttered house, a cluttered desk, guess what, guys? That means a cluttered mind. And clutter has really been shown to be one of the biggest stressors for people, but we really never talk about it that way, right? We don't say, oh, I'm so stressed out because the clutter in my house or my desk is really messy, but it's really the truth. And the good news is it's one of the easiest things to correct about your life. Now, besides just the clutter itself, which can be hard to tame for some of us because it means we need to get rid of a few things, what's the big deal about clutter anyway? Well, yeah, it's kind of noisy mentally, but it also wastes a ton of time for us when we're not organized and when we have too much stuff. Because guess what? The average American spends almost 3 days a year looking for stuff that they can't find. And they spend billions, that's with a B, billions of dollars every single year replacing the stuff that they lost. That's a huge cost of time and money, right? But the bigger toll it takes on us is what it does to us emotionally and to our mindset. Because think about it, all those mornings that you can't find the car keys or your cell phone or the mate to the shoes that you wanted to wear today, what does that do to your psyche? How do you feel when you get to work and your kid was late for school and you're flying by the seat of your pants and you're kind of pulling in the parking lot if you work outside the home on 2 wheels? What happens to your morning? It's wrecked, right? It's hard to get control of those emotions again. And all of this could be cured by curbing the clutter in your environment. And the clutter is just one part of the problem with our environment. So what else is there? Well, if you're talking about your home, one of the key things most of us really need is a good night's sleep. And our environment is the very place that we make that happen. How do we do that? Well, all sorts of ways. What are your sheets like? What's your mattress like? Is the room dark and cool? Did you disconnect from all those electronics? Maybe not. You gotta think about the different parts and pieces of your home and how they support your day. So yeah, you're like, oh, Toby, you're all this decorator talk, but friends, this has nothing to do with decorations. This has to do with productivity. This has to do with profits. If you can't sleep, you're not gonna be focused at work. And let's talk about some other spaces in the house besides our sleep zones. What about the kitchen zone and other places that support our health and wellness and what we eat and how we feel every day? It is so connected to the way we live at home and the way we produce at work. So this is not just a good decorator wanting your house to look great. I want you to feel great because of your environment. So the next time you're feeling a little cloudy, you're maybe not super focused, you're just kind of not on your A game, look back to your environment. See if there's some stuff you need to do. Do you need to work on your sleep space? Do you need to curb the clutter? What else can you do to really make you thrive at home and at work because you clued into those key spaces where you spend a whole lot of your time? It is so important that I dedicated an entire month in my DesignYou coaching program to how to thrive at home and work. And we go through every part and piece of this to figure out how you can surround yourself with the things you need to be your best. So if you want to know more about that or my DesignYou coaching program, check out the links below. And thanks for watching this video. I'll see you again really soon.